So, students, today we will take the difference between charge and mass in chapter of electrostatics. And as we know that charge can be positive, negative, and zero, and whereas mass is always positive. We cannot say that minus 5 kg weight is there. And the other one is mass is varied, means mass can be changed into energy, but charge is always conserved. For example, Na plus Cl minus equal to NaCl. And charge is always quantized, whereas mass of quantization is still not established. And charge has mass, but mass may or may not have charge. This is the basic difference between mass and charge. And as we know that the force between two charges may be attractive or may be repulsive, whereas the gravitational force is always positive. So you should keep this difference in your mind so that we can go further. Now the main topic of today's is called Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law basically it gives the value of the force. Force may be attractive or repulsive. It depends on the polarity of the charge, whether it is positive, negative. It depends. And it gives the value of the force acting between the two charges. But here one thing very important, that is called point charge. Point charge means the dimension, that is size of the charges, is very less as compared to the distance between the two charges where they are kept. So this is very important. And the statement of Coulomb's force is that the force of attraction or repulsion between two stationary point charge is directly proportional to the magnitude of the product of the magnitude of the two charges. Basically this is magnitude of the two charges, and this force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two charges. For example, Q1 is a point charge, Q2 is point charge, and this is separated by a distance r. So when we join equation 1 and 2, we will get F is directly proportional to Q1 Q2 upon r square, or F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon r square in newtons, SI unit of force. So this is the formula to calculate the force between two charges, where K is called proportionality constant and its value is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, since it is constant, where epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. Free space we call as air or vacuum. We call it, a basic name is free space, and its numerical value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square upon Coulomb square for numerical purpose. And epsilon naught has the numerical value is 8.86 into 10 to the minus 12 Coulomb square upon Newton meter square. One thing very clear in your mind, that since force is a vector quantity, so whenever we are going to calculate force in any of given problem, we should very much remember that, as well as magnitude, we are calculating the magnitude, but we should not forget about in which direction the force is acting, because it is a vector quantity. So we must mention the direction where the force is acting. So this is very important note here, so please keep in your mind. And one thing also very important in case of board examination, where this question is frequently asked by the examiner, that is, write the Coulomb's form in vector form. As you aware about vector has magnitude as well as direction. So we are taking the two conditions of the charge when both the product of the charge Q1 and Q2 is always positive, means greater than 0. Either Q1 is positive, Q2 is positive, Q1 is negative, Q2 is positive. Oh, Q1, both are negative or both are positive. Then force will be repulsive force, because like charge is always repulsive. So we are taking 2-point charges Q1 and Q2 separated at a distance r. The force on charge 2 by 1 is F21 and acting along this direction, right direction, and force on 1 due to 2, it is called F12 and it is acting on the reverse side, because these are repulsive forces. So in vector form we can able to write that force on 2 by 1 is F21 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square, and R12, this is a position vector from 1 to 2, is a unit, sorry, not position vector, is a unit vector from 1 to 2, where the value of unit vector is the vector upon R, and F12 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. Again R21 is a unit cap from 2 to 1, and R21 is equal to vector R21 upon R. This is the value of unit vector. So these, or the second condition is that when Q1 Q2 is less than 0, either Q1 is positive, either Q2 is positive, and either Q2 is negative, Q1 is positive. Then force will be attractive force, and the diagram will be in such a manner. Here, and distance between R12 in direction of this side and R21 direction of this side. Then it will be attractive force. Coulomb's law gives the importance of that, as R21 is the negative of R12. You know the two vectors, if equal vectors are opposite to each other, its directions are reversed. So what does it mean? It doesn't mean that the force acting between the two charges is equal to opposite to each other. That is, it obeys the Newton's third law, action and reaction. So basically Coulomb force is an action reaction pair, and since this force acts on the line joining between the two charges, इसी line पर, only this line, that is why these type of forces are also known as central forces. Central forces are the forces which acts along the line joining the center of the 2-point charges. Now we have to consider and to understand what do you mean by permittivity, because we have previously we have used this epsilon naught here, that is called permittivity of free space. What does it mean? What do you mean by permittivity? So basically permittivity is a property of any medium. Medium may be solid, liquid, gases, whatever. It is the property of the medium which determines the electric force between the two charges. Means electric force, it depends on the medium in between the two charges where they are kept. So for example, if we are taking two charges in air at a certain distance, and the same two charges we are kept in the same distance inside the water, means between two charges there is a medium of water, then the force in the water will be reduces 1 upon 80th times as compared to the force in air. Why it is so? Because the absolute permittivity of water is 80 times heavier, 80 times more than the air. So you should keep in your mind that permittivity gives the permission of the force in the medium. This is very, very important. Now we will discuss the other new term, that is called relative permittivity or dielectric constant. We represent it by small letter K, and when the two charges are kept in air, then the value of the air in vacuum will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r square. And if the charges are placed in any medium, then F medium, M for medium, is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Here we are not using epsilon naught because this is permittivity of the medium, Q1 Q2 upon R square. So epsilon is the absolute permittivity of the medium or permittivity of the medium. Now if we divide equation 1 by 2, we get F vacuum upon F medium is equal to epsilon upon epsilon naught is equal to K. Means dielectric constant is the ratio of the two force in vacuum to force in medium. So that is how we can able to calculate the value of dielectric constant. Now one thing very important to remark also, that whenever there is two charges kept in a certain distance, if we place another second charge, third charge, then the force initially which was acting between the two charges will not be going to disturb. Means the force between two charges is independent of the presence or absence of the third or fourth charge. So you should keep in your mind the force which was acting between Q1 and Q2, it will independent with the charge Q3 placed near to it. So this is the beauty of this Coulomb force. This will help in our numerical questions also. So very general question comes in the examination also, that calculate the minimum force between two charges placed at a distance of 1 meter apart. So we see that Q1 and Q2 this is the value of charges kept in 1 meter apart. Since the charges are not different, so value of Q1 is Q and Q2 is Q. So the force between the two charges is K Q1 Q2 upon R square. R is 1 meter, so we kept it 1 square K Q1. This is the elementary charge. Minimum charge, how much it is possible on any body, it is equal to the elementary charge, fundamental charge, E 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 Coulomb. So K E into E is equal to K E square. This is the answer. So thank you very much. We will do more numericals on Coulomb's law.